What's going on, everyone? How you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? I just want to first wish everybody a happy Sunday. We are here in the month of June. We are halfway through 2024. So, um, before I bring my guest on with us on today, please like and share this post. We're going to do a Sacred Steel Summit recap. So, for those of you all that were there, you know what it is. Um, Share this post, share this feed with all your friends, and let's just recap and have a real cool conversation about what Sacred Steel Summit was like, what you experienced, and for those of you all that are watching, here we are on Facebook, but you can also catch us on YouTube. You can also catch us on YouTube on my YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, just type in Dante Harmon, and you will find me there on YouTube live as well. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in the ambassador, the CEO, the man that made it happen. Um, affectionately known as Uncle Al, but the visionary behind this great movement called the Sacred Steel Summit. I'm gonna bring him on in. Alvin Lee. Let's see here. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I bring him up right. Let me make sure I bring him up right. Hold on here. There we go. How you
Hey,
doing?
man, I'm doing great, man. I'm just, I'm still on a high, man, from this great time that we had at the fourth annual Sacred Steel Summit, man. I'm feeling good, man. Enjoying this beautiful weather up here in Texas, and
Yeah,
man, I'm excited about everything, man. I try to stay excited.
yeah. That's right. And we had an amazing time, man. I think I'm still recovering.
You, man, I'm telling you.
I came back, I was all congested and stuffy.
I'm
But
telling you, I think that hit us all. I mean, I was funny, like my wife Tina, she never really get congested and stuff. But
hmm
first time I said it was something out there because she was congested. My son Alvin got, and so, but
yeah.
it was fun, man. I mean, after I think we stayed on that Monday.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, we had to go to Valdosta to pick up my boys, Glenn and Alvin, to
hmm
take them back home, and we had like a long drive, so we were tired. But man, just from everything that happened over that weekend, it was well worth every time, every minute spent. It was well worth it.
it really was.
Yeah.
And man, I just think about every moment that we shared together, all of the guys that were there,
Woo,
all of the things that they did, and it was amazing how everything came to be. But I want to talk a little bit about, first of all, when we got there. I got to bring it up. I got to bring it up.
go
We
ahead.
we everybody's in the hotel, and first of all, I love how the hotel and the accommodations, they really made us feel
Oh, yeah.
warm and
Yes.
welcoming.
Look into, yeah.
And I think what every day was almost like a shed downstairs.
Oh my goodness.
All the steel players, it was like you walked into a steel museum or a steel hotel.
Man, it was it
Uh,
was so fun, man. Yeah,
it was
man.
fun. It was fun, but man, I can't start off by
No,
not talking about Chuck.
you got
You
to talk
said
about
you warned me as soon as I walked into the hotel. You said, "Look,
he's on fire. You
Chuck
know,
is back."
Man, listen, let me tell you, you don't know how happy that did my soul for Chuck to be in his element. See, that's and a lot of these young guys, they've heard of Chuck because he's the Chuck Master, and but you
Right,
got to get to know him. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
know
right.
his character, know his demeanor, and everything is love. But
hmm
you got to know, man. Hey, you got to put on your big man drawers because he gonna hack you. He gonna hack you, and but it's all in love, man. And when Chuck was just in his element, he said, "Big Al, this is my year. Last year I was a little off, but I'm coming back, and I'm going to show these little youngsters that he
And
did,
he look, he
man.
came with it.
He
He
came
came.
by, man." And I think one of the beautiful things is you was talking about, in the at the hotel at the lobby, man, and
hmm
thing, the relationship that the guy with Kiki with La Quinta, and they are able to let us just be down there in free form because
That was
Chuck
fun.
sit down there, all them little guys, they had Chuck all to themselves, and just to have that, him there. Then I saw Aubrey came down, then
Yeah,
you came down, then Anthony, then Dave Boswell, then all these guys, man, and it was just like heaven, man.
it was.
Yeah,
It was, and for those like steel players or aspiring musicians that
yeah,
wanted to learn how to play, it was a moment.
yes,
It was a
yeah,
moment. You really had to be there to experience it and to see what it was really, really all about.
mhm. And
And it was powerful.
it was powerful, and it's funny that all the guys from last year they were really hyping about being able to share at the hotel. You know,
Yes.
this time they didn't have to go in the gym, the workout room. They was able to come right in the lobby,
Hmm.
and I could just visualize next year we're going to have amps all over the place, and it's going to be so much fun, man. I'm just telling you, this is a movement. If not now, when?
Right.
Uh, the future is now of Sacred Steel is now.
Right.
So, and I'm just happy that this movement is going good. And I thank God for everybody that's just on board, man. Dante, I thank God for you, man, because you really been my partner. You've been my help meet right there. So everything I've been doing, I just thank you. My lovely wife, of course, Kiki, Mike, John, and then now Carlos is on board with us.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to start calling names because I'm gonna forget somebody. But I think everybody from all the ambassadors, I got to get hats off to Jr. Man, my little brother, man. He stepped up to the plate. Tank, all these guys that stepped up that just jumped on board and say, I got it, Alvin, I got you. Just everybody all over. I think that's what it's all about.
It and it happened. It happened real time. Those guys, the not only was it real for them and the people that stepped up and just worked tirelessly in the background,
Yes,
but all the ones that really just kind of stepped up to the plate and saw
come
the
on.
things that we needed in the moment, and they
Yeah,
just they just
yeah.
stepped right in.
And I like this saying that we got here at the summit, and this was came up with Tommy Lamel, I call him, about the Sacred Steel Summit is a safe place. And
Yeah,
then I saw Dell Hines. He put this post together about the Sacred Steel is a safe place, and I can't remember, but it was so good. So Dell, thank you, man, for that, man.
yeah.
It was really good, man. But anyway,
Yeah, it was, man, it was so powerful. It was so powerful. We can talk about from the very first session all the way to the last.
man, it's like that. It's like that when you have that state assembly, and you already feel the spirit, and then you got those two right people that's gonna lead devotion, and then the musicians they ready, and the members ready, and that first song go, and man, you go off, and so
Right.
that's the feeling that I got, man, and I'm
Yeah.
excited, yeah.
And that was the feel. That was the feel throughout the whole thing. And
Yeah, man.
to see the reactions of everybody, to see some of the people that we didn't even know were gonna come.
That's
Come
it,
on, Bishop Carter,
Bishop.
Florence,
Yeah, and then Troy Jackson.
Troy Jackson.
No,
Come
that's
on.
Troy Jackson is like he's my godfather, and he was the one that I remember when told a story. I was like 12 years old, and he was the one that I got saved under. He's always come down to Paran around revivals, and I would never forget. I never used to like to shout. I'm Big Al. I'm always the sit down one, but he held my hand and made me walk across, and just to see him there.
Yeah.
And to see another one, man. When I saw Ivis come was good, but when I saw Iris brought his little nephew Avery.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen Avery in so many years, and me and
Me
Avery
either.
connected back. It's so many, man. It's just so many people, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Shout out to Ivis Hicks. and Avery, man, it was a homecoming.
Man,
Benji back, man, come on.
come on, man. That's a quadruple. And Cecil, have Cecil, and
Cecil, the foot.
the book
You
was
can't
there,
say
man.
Cecil without saying the foot.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you now. And I told Benji, I said, Benji, you ain't jump on the joint. He said, Al, I want to come see it. And he said, I saw it. He said, but I promise you, next year I'll never miss another one. And he
Yeah,
said, I will jump on the drums. I said, yes, you will.
that's right.
Yeah, that's good, man.
It,
So
it was it was amazing, man, and to have Florence Carter, Victor Carter, Bishop Victor Carter,
Florence
that
must,
came, and he
man.
just fell right in, man. It was
Yeah, and again, another thing, man, it's just that to hear the word going around about the summit,
mhm,
again, knowing about this great tradition, and
right,
that this has been a prize for us all our lives. We
right,
grew up in this tradition with this music, and but for people to just at the festival to talk, that's not in the community, talk about, man, I've been hearing about the summit. We're coming there, and then when the Lee boys, and I want to say hats off to my Lee boys, to Keith, my brother Keith, Derek, Frank, Al, Dontrell, and Tion. The Lee boys, because you know what, that's my band, and I never get a chance for us to play at the summit because we always playing out. So
right.
I told them next year I'm going to make sure that I put the Lee boys, in a time so they could play. But we're hearing the word about, man, the summit. You got to go hear these guys play. That just really touched my heart, and that's
Yeah,
what it's all about, man. Having that safe place for us musicians.
and it is that it is a safe space. It's a safe space. It's a sacred space. I
Sacred.
mean, it was amazing to see the people come and just in amazement and just being touched,
And
being
it felt
healed by the
like
music.
a revival, like outside,
Man, come on.
that tent revival, man. Because the thing is, this music is sacred because it comes from out of the church,
Yeah,
and it's still filled with the spirit. It's still filled with all of those elements that we have in the four walls. But now, with us tearing those four walls down and still having that same element, we're able to touch so many people. And again, our mission, if we could touch one person through our music, then our job is done. It's one person. So it may not be those people right there in the four walls because, you guys got it. But a lot of people, we have experienced, by Dante, you play for a lot of people. And when they hear that sacred sound of that still, it's just something that resonate in their soul and just make them feel good, man. So
yeah,
that's what it's all about, man.
yeah. It was amazing. I could just say so much. Kadeem Bailey says I really enjoyed my first year at the summit.
Wow.
I got to get on the set next year.
Okay.
Kadeem, yes, you
Yes,
will.
yes, you will. Mhm.
You will. You
Yeah.
will. Special shout out even to Kim Love McClendon.
Oh, come on,
Listen, I,
come on.
I, Kim, and I know she's probably maybe she'll watch this later or somebody's watching. Y'all share this with her. Um, but Kim was just so she was just so welcoming. She felt so at home with us.
Yeah.
She just I mean she played guitar, she played
I know.
steel,
Look,
she did a workshop. Come on.
whatever we asked her, and and it's funny with Kim, because I remember when Glenn used to always bring me the tapes of him, Ronnie, Gammy, and post the other Robert, but I don't know his name now. And he used to always, bring, and he's always talk about Kim, their sister, and he used to show me clips of her playing. So I never had actually met her. I just seen her with the taste that Glenn used to have, and
Yeah,
it was so good when we finally met. And she was just so down to earth. She was so willing, and then also Fran. Oh
come
my God,
on.
Fran Grace, man. I
You
was just, it's so funny. Fran was supposed to come last year, but because of something came up, she wasn't able. And I
right.
said, Fran, you got to be here this year. And she was here, and I just want to give thumbs up to her for coming. She did a excellent job. So
And it was and the cool thing about Fran was just as much of a fan of Kim, you
exactly.
know,
Wow.
as I am of both of them.
Yeah, that is,
Fran is amazing. Kim is just like, and I mean, and I told Kim how much she's inspired me, you know,
Mm.
yet alone her brothers, and it's just, it was so amazing. But
Yeah.
to see Fran and to hear her play,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
for a lot of the people that are watching us and want to be a part of, this is not just a male, it's not a male thing.
Come on, man.
We
Talk
got a
about.
whole female
Yes, we do.
spectrum of steel players and guitar players that you would not believe, and they're phenomenal.
Yep.
And
And
Fran and Kim really blessed us. And shout out to Kim's husband, who
yes,
came
yes,
with her, and
yes,
he was so supportive as
yeah.
well,
That was so
and
awesome.
doing and coming with her.
Yeah, and I told them, I said next year, because Dale or Dale Ray Grace always come, and he blesses us, and talk about some of the things that he got going on. But I told Kim and Fran that I want them to, let's try to get some more of those jewel, guys down next year, because we're all a big family, and
Yeah.
I want to hear some more of them. So I'm putting it out there right now, Robin and Gammy, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm calling y'all out.
Let's go.
Calling y'all out. I want Robin.
Let's go.
I mean Ronnie and Gammy.
Ronnie and mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, Ronnie and Gammy. Let's go, man. But
Yeah,
I
man.
love them, man. Those are my family, man. And I'm
Yeah,
just excited, man. We with all jokes aside, and this music has touched the soul of so many people, and that's what we're going to continue doing. I'm just here now, but
yeah.
again, I won't be here always. So we got to keep it going, man.
That's
So
right.
going.
And for those of you all that were not able to attend, or you wanted to attend and you wanted to be a part of the event, and you just couldn't, you just couldn't come, it's okay. um we'll talk about it, we'll rub it in,
Yes.
and we'll
Oh,
we'll
they already saw those. They saw
we'll
the
talk
clips.
about all the goodness. Say that again, Alvin.
I know they don't saw the clips. Man, listen. That next day, my whole timeline, all down my Instagram and my Facebook, was nothing but the Sacred Steel Summit. I
That's
mean,
right.
posting, and that just brought joy to my heart, because that's what it's all about for me, is giving back, man. And even for you, I know that's what we do always. And man, just to see everybody sharing, the guys having the opportunity. And I know you're going to bring up some about some of these young guys coming in, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely. And before I do that, I want to make sure, for anyone that did not, that wanted to come, that wasn't able to come, and you wanted to be a part of it, and you still want to be a part of it because you want to be a donor, you want to donate, you want to give toward our efforts, for the Sacred Steel Summit 2025. Visit us at
yes,
www.sacredsteelsummit.com. You can make your contributions there. You can donate there. You can contact us there. Anything that you're wanting to do, if you want to be a sponsor, if you want to contribute in some type of way,
yes,
there are ways for you to give. There are ways for you to sponsor and to be a part of this movement.
yes. And
By all means, visit our website. You want to
yeah,
add to that, Alvin?
yeah. I want to add to that, about maybe you can help me too, about with the foundation that we're going to be doing every year with the Lonnie Bennett, Big B, platform. That was such a big thing to me. First of all, to have Derek, his son, who's I am just so proud of him, of all the work he's doing, and all Lonnie's sons, Levi and his daughter, and his lovely wife, But for Derek to be there and to be able to receive the award that we had, and for gracing them to, for the committee to start this, this Big B, giveaway program that we're doing, and to have some of the recipients of people giving, that was so great. So
Yeah,
I was happy for that, that movement to happen as well.
yeah. It was amazing. And shout out to Roosevelt, who I think is live with us, who's on the feed with
Who?
us.
Doctor?
The doctor,
The doctor.
the
Come on,
doctor.
young preacher.
Come on, young
Yeah. Yeah,
Rosie. Listen, Rosie, we putting it out there, man. You got to
call
be here
him out.
next year,
Call him out.
2025.
Call him out.
Roosevelt, we need you in the building, man.
Tell him that, listen, I'm gonna tell you this, Roosevelt. You need to come. Now, I know you don't, God bless you to be, with Jelly Roll, and Chuck called me the black Jelly Roll, so I don't know, But Roosevelt, hey, let's go. Tell Jelly Roll to just drop by there 20 doing that little Memorial Day, and we want to have you there. And we got some other people we're gonna be calling out. I ain't gonna call no names like Robert Randolph, and they
Call him.
I'm calling them out.
I said call him by his name.
Listen, you know why we can do this? Because they are our family.
Family,
You know,
man.
I was so happy to have Marcus Randolph, man. That's man. You don't know. I was so happy. You know, look, man. These guys got to understand, man. They have paid the way, for a lot of the things happening. What we're doing now.
Yep.
And you got to always remember these people, man. You cannot throw people by the wayside and just say, but I was so happy to have Marcus. It's so funny because Marcus, he got that little New Jersey flavor, and sometimes, you know how he talk real sporty. And when
Hmm.
he told me when he did that word, man, when he told them dudes they need to learn about the hills, man.
Come on.
Man, I see it's the stuff like that that made me feel so good, man. But I don't know, man. I'm just excited, man, and I just can't wait, for what we got. We got a lot of things, cooking up, and y'all better get ready, man, because 2025 is gonna be on fire.
It's gonna be
Trust
on and popping. It's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
be on and popping. Shout out to Daryl Blue, who's live with us on this feed.
Wait,
And
hold on.
yeah, Blue is on the feed.
I say people burner is
I
on.
say
Come on, young preacher.
now watch this.
Okay, go
Most
ahead.
people don't know
Yes,
that Daryl Blue, before he was a steel player, was one of Henry Nelson's most favorite drummers.
especially in Florida.
I'm dropping some history.
Come on, drop it, man. I'm
He
listening.
he was one of his favorite drummers. Okay, am I telling the truth, Alvin?
When I say I'm telling you, I know y'all. And listen, it was funny, man, because I was actually a drummer until my cousin Cecil just he was my little cousin, so I had to move on the side and let him go. But Darryl Blue was the man.
He was the
Look,
man.
Darryl Blue, and then Dante, you should know because you was a little kid. I remember
Yup, watching
Darryl
him.
Blue and Charles Price and some of these other Peanut. These guys was but Darryl Blue, man, when Harry Nelson came. Shoot, that blue boy getting on them drums and he ain't
Look,
getting off.
he
So
already shouting out. He said,
what
"What up?" He said,
he know that.
"We
And
love you, man. Listen, Daryl.
we calling
Next
him out.
2025,
We calling you out there, Blue.
we calling you out, Daryl. We
Uh,
need you there,
we need
bro.
you. We
We
need
need
you
you
there.
there." And it
Yeah.
was so funny because me, Ivis, and I believe Benji, a couple of other guys, we just started. We had all the converse, and that's another thing that happens when you get with a lot of group of, or when you get with a group of musicians. We have these little, um, these moments of do you remember when?
Wow.
Talking about drumming, talking about steel
Wow.
players, talking about what it was to play back then versus now.
Yeah.
It was, and that's how we got on the conversation about Daryl, because
Wow.
Daryl was one of the man. He was like one of the main drummers
Yeah,
on
he
the
was.
East Coast and
Yeah.
in Nashville
And in that.
after Mac.
Yep. Mac. Yep. Mac. Derek.
Come on,
Oh, and man, and then that little young boy from Fort Lauderdale walking up that road, his name is Dante, came up there to take it over. But and
yes sir.
it's funny you talked about the community. So one
Yeah,
of
man.
our ambassadors name, we call him Brother Chew, and
Hmm.
that's my little that's like my little son, man. And
Hmm.
he did, he does this thing where he get all the steel players, especially the young ones, they be on the chat, and it's
Yeah.
like word on the street, and it's just funny that the communication, how these guys they start communicating, not from Florida, but the ones from North Carolina, from Atlanta, from Jersey, from New York, Detroit, and
Yep.
they all get together and they start talking, and that's what this whole community and this whole movement is all about.
That's right.
And it's funny you said that how y'all started talking about there, and so
Hmm.
they do that a lot of times about a lot of the the up and coming younger guys now. So we got to just keep things going and keep things flowing like that, man. To
Yeah.
all my ambassadors and Frank Owens, and I want to
Yes
say
sir.
something, Frank, man. He's really dear to my heart because he's now sitting up up front with the Lee boys, and he does a lot of stuff behind behind the behind doors. So all these guys, man. We start calling names. I say I'm gonna get in trouble again, man. So let me stop, man. Keep it moving, Dante.
It was not. It was really good. Frank, all those guys, man.
Yeah,
It was just good to see everyone working together,
yeah,
coinciding with each other and doing what we need to do for
yeah,
an assertive effort to see make things work.
yeah.
It was just great. So,
You got some
man, I
funny
could go
moments to
on.
talk to. I,
Say that again.
I'm ready to talk about the funny moment. Cause
Yeah, dude. Okay, so
come on, bang, bang, bang.
wait. Let me show the video. Let me
Please
show.
show the video. Show the video.
Let me show the video, and
Now
then we'll
this is
come back
the
and
highlight of the summit,
talk
y'all.
about how that video came to be, because that was the moment. That was probably
All
one of the
spontaneous. All spontaneous. And everything. Yep.
yeah. That
I ain't
that was a moment. I think it was a moment for everybody because we
it
didn't
was
see it coming the way it came, but when it happened, it
hey,
just happened.
it just happened,
It
man.
just happened. So
Yep.
let me share this video right quick, and
I
we're
hope
gonna
somebody
come back
else.
and talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yo,
Man, hey, yo, hey, listen. So now you got to set the dialogue up because remember this was in the contest, right?
this is the contest. So the contest was happening. We were having the Sacred Steel Anthem contest, and I think what we had about four or five.
Yeah. Well, we had about 4 or 5, but some of them canceled.
Some of them canceled, and
And
yeah,
some of them
but we
did right on the
but
fly.
we just kept it going.
Yeah.
So out of the blue, uh, uh, um,
Yeah.
Phil Campbell got up and he said, "Man, let me get a piece of this.
Yeah, he said, "Give me that mic." And
Give me
then
that mic." And the rest, as you guys just saw, was
it was
history.
it was so. Listen, when I say that was one of the highlights, I mean everybody was talking about that, and we had this anthem contest because whoever won, their song was going to be featured every time we talk about the summit for the whole year. And then featured on we're going to be trying to do this this label, this album, and all this stuff, and that song is going to be featured on that. And it was just funny that we feel when he did that, man. Man, he had everybody cracking up, man.
Everybody,
But actually, I liked it. I was
right?
like, that was a good.
it was it it was dope,
It was,
but it
man.
was so many. Everything that everyone did
Yeah,
for that, it was just amazing.
yeah, and I
Um,
thank everybody for that contest. With Calvin, and I was just I'm gonna say about Calvin, man. Man, Calvin is one. He's the living legend, and
yeah,
I was just so excited to have him in our presence. And I know time kind of got away, and they had to do some things on Sunday night, and he didn't get a chance to play that Saturday night. He said, "Listen,"
hmm
he called me, say, "Al, I'm gonna tell you, everything was so beautiful." Because I was like, how I feel bad. I was like, he said no, and he said the way Chuck did, Chuck. He said Chuck had done killed it. You know how sometimes with musicians, when everything is so high,
right.
you really can't go no higher for us. The music, the spirit was there. I
Right.
mean, the Cameron brothers, they just killed it, man. They, they had Troy Jackson, which wasn't fair. They went and pulled him out of the back pocket, man. And that's just heavy, man. But everything was so good, man. And I just want to say, Calvin, we love you, and I love that song that Calvin did because he did
Yes.
a cappella, right?
Acapella.
We were shocked, and it was really good.
It
So
was moving.
yeah, it was very moving. And then
Yeah.
Rico and Don did something
Yes.
out of and those. Oh man, and I love that Rico and Don unplugged. Oh my God, y'all
Yeah.
got to come and see them, man, because they host the shows. They do the little in tweeners and Rico and Don. They're so good, man.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, man, that was fun, man.
Man, listen, if you all I see well, we call him affectionately Uncle Carl, but Carl Burns, he was there.
No,
Um
yeah, hey, man, I
yeah,
was so
shout out to him and
happy.
his wife who came.
Yeah, man, that
Yeah.
was so good, man. Oh, I love Carl, man.
Oh
That's
yes.
funny, man. Yeah, he
Man,
always yeah.
it was great, man. Daryl, listen, I'm gonna put this up here. Daryl has officially put himself in the hat for next year.
Okay,
You
that's
see
it.
that? He said tell Alvin I want to play with you next year.
Oh,
It's
come
in.
on.
Daryl Blue next year,
Hey,
2025.
look, if Darren Blue come, I'm playing whatever. If y'all want to see Big Al back on the bass for Blue Boy, I'm going. I
Come
come.
on. Oh, that was a moment. Let me talk about it. So
No.
I'm playing my set. So Alvin's like, wait a minute. Sheriff Lee was like, Dante, who you gonna have? I said, you on the bass.
I was like,
He
oh
just
my
bust out laughing because he didn't know. I said, man, we just gonna have some church. I said, come on up.
yeah,
So we
man.
got Alvin on the bass
Yeah,
on, I
hey,
think it was
man,
the first song.
yeah, man. I'm gonna
And
tell
and
you, man.
Choppy finished it off. Come
Look,
on, you can't talk about basing without talking
come on.
about Choppy.
Listen, first of all, Choppy, he used to get me so because he's like one of those guys back in the day in the '70s. He had the afro, and, all the ladies like, he's smooth. He could play the bass, and I used to look back with him and always want to, play like him because he's part of the Teller Brothers, like the little younger group coming on, and man, but Choppy man really had blessed my soul, and he said, Alvin, whatever you need for me to do, I'm there. And this
Hmm.
2 years in a row, he's been there, and now he's an ambassador. He's our hype man. We call
Come
Chuck
on.
hype man. He gonna hype you up, and he gonna take selfies.
Yeah, come on, all day. All day.
Yeah,
And if you think you know Choppy and you ain't had a selfie, you don't know Choppy.
you don't know Choppy. He gonna get a he gonna
He
get a
gonna get a selfie. But man, Choppy, we appreciate you. We appreciate the
yeah,
love and the
yeah, man.
support that you give all of us, man. You're an amazing
Yeah,
musician, and you're
yeah,
somebody that we all glean from
yeah.
because you
Look,
come from that old school. He
yes,
he
sir.
knows. Listen, he was telling me stories about when he first met my dad, when he first
Wow,
met my uncle Anthony, and
wow.
and 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 a lot of my family members who really even helped influence him and his
Yeah.
plan.
Oh
And
yeah,
that was humbling to me
yeah,
to
man.
even hear from
Your
him.
dad was the goat, man.
Yeah,
He changed the whole movement up, man. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the choppy was one. But look, I got another one we got to call out.
Come
He wasn't
on.
there, but we got to get him.
Who's that? Let's get him.
You see, he on the screen there. You see, he say, "Hey, fellas, Joe Randall,
Joe, you know what?
Joe, come on, come go get him, Alvin, go get him."
Let me talk to Bishop Redden because I just saw him.
And he family.
Yeah, and then he
He
said, "I'll be there." Now, Bishop, I need you there next year. And wait,
come
hold
on.
on. Not only him, Bishop. I don't know if he's a chief overseer, but Bishop Ellis, Kenneth,
Yes,
my big brother, one of my
yes,
mentors. Look, I need you there because Kenny, him and his lovely wife, they came last year and they
yeah.
shot me. And they did just like Florence, where Bishop Carter and his lovely wife Florence did this year, and I know something else came up, must have came up because they would have been there. But Bishop Randall Joseph, I'm gonna
Come
call him
on,
Joe. That I
Joe,
their
Joe
name.
Randall.
Joe Randall, let's go.
Come on, family. Man, listen, Joe. Here's a funny thing.
Yeah,
Joe, he had a double neck eight string that my grandmother got from him when I first started playing.
really.
Yup. And the setup used to be Joe, my dad, and me
Wow.
Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday in West Palm Beach. Doc,
What? Wow.
I was on drums, dad on bass, and Joe was on steel.
Wow,
Reverend.
that was a lot. Wow.
We used to go in on a Wednesday night. We was going in.
Oh man, you know them Wednesday nights, man. That's hey, that used to be our shit, boy. Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
good, man.
man, it's man, it's so many people on here. Mike Tyner, he's a guitar player out of Alabama. Alvin,
Okay.
if you haven't heard, Mike said he's coming next year.
All right, Mike. Okay, is he with Keith or Jewel?
He's Jewel.
Jewel.
He's a
Okay.
Jewel player, but he is a bad boy.
Well, come on now.
He's a
Oh,
bad boy. So
wow.
Mike, we looking for you next year.
Mike, well, I want to meet you. Make sure you come and see Yeah, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right.
Hey, listen, and again, I know I don't want to let the cat out the bag too much or too early because I hadn't even had my meeting with my committee yet, and I know they're gonna get me for talking too much. But the vision is, we want to be able to keep this thing going and keep it
Yeah.
alive. And my vision is, to, is I talked with Dante about us, taking these things to three regions, doing like because again, this is total. This event is put on, by my company, which is a non for profit,
Hmm.
and we totally on donations. And you guys, however you support, it goes pour right back in.
Right.
And I try to make accommodations for everybody, and try to do what I can. But if you can support, so what I've thought about, us trying to take it to some of the different regions, maybe we can go. Go to Atlanta, or maybe we can go to, South Carolina or North Carolina, then go up there, maybe up to Detroit, and bring this thing there so we can have people to do this. Hold on, did I lose Dante?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
I
here.
was going to put my other glasses on like
You
this.
good? No, you
Okay,
good.
so I just gonna put my shades back on.
You
Okay,
good.
good. I can put my shades back on. Yeah, but anyway, but yeah, man. So y'all be on the lookout, man. We got a lot of things that's gonna be happening, a lot of positive things, and we want to keep this train moving because in May is the mega, where we have the actual event. But there's a lot of people want to get this event just brought to them. So we're gonna try to do some things that we can bring this movement, and we got people that put on clinics. Frank put on like a clinic, and we got Marcus Randolph. He throws pop up clinics up there.
Yep.
Up there, Jersey, up there, Philly, up that way, and we want to just keep this movement going. And I'm gonna try to come if I'm not on the road with the Lee boys. I'm gonna try to come and be to some of these events where
Yeah.
other people doing, so they can see the support of me and the other team. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it is, and these are some awesome things that we're able to do, and this is why it was so much fun connecting um, during the summit because we were able to talk about some of these things. I was able to talk about Frank and see him and
Yeah,
all the things that he's doing and
yeah.
all of the stuff that he's been working with those young guys down there in South Florida,
Oh yeah,
with those workshops that he does, and even with Marcus Randolph doing the
yeah,
same thing that he having these pop-up sheds.
yeah,
These are the things that we need to promote.
yeah.
We need to really push. If you don't play sacred steel, if you're not a sacred steel player, but you know somebody who does, push them. You see their effort, support them. Figure out ways where you can come in and say, wait a minute, he's doing a summit or he's doing a pop-up shed. How can I come in? If it's just offering bottled water,
Come
you
on.
know, if it's just, somebody wants to donate some streams or
Yeah,
whatever, big or small, find ways to support these men who are taking out time
right.
to not only build other young men, but to promote just love and unity within our community.
Yeah, and I want to say too, man. We had quite a few people this year that got gifted. Don Terrell Wright, D. Wright, he's now playing drums for the Lee Boys while Big E's out, um, you know,
Yeah.
getting things back straight with his legs. And but Don Terrell was gifted a brand new. Oh God, I'm getting wrong. I think it was a 12, 10, 12. Dontrell, I think he had a 12 string. Anyway, it was brand new. It was gifted by our production manager, which is Mike
Mike.
Herman. And he gifted Dontrell this brand new guitar. And
Wow.
Dontrell been one. And now Dontrell is, man, Dontrell is one of the up and coming guys on fire. And then
Hmm.
he got gifted. And then Dontrell ended up gifting one of his guitars to, I think it was Brother Chew.
Yes.
Guitar to him. And then who else done? Okay, Miles. We got to talk about Miles because
RJ.
Bennett, Lonnie Bennett gifted Miles. This is a young
Hmm.
kid that's 14 that's been taking lessons from Frank Owens again.
He
Um,
killing it, man.
he's killing, and man, Chuck said, man, for that little young boy to do chimes on how he doing, and he's legally blind. And so Lonnie gave him a guitar right before Lonnie passed. He came down and gave him one. So Miles decided to get his guitar and gift it to a young kid. Now, Dante, you want to talk about that young
Yeah,
kid?
we it was such a moment, and it was so funny because of how we even met. um the person I'm about to talk about, which is RJ. We were
Yes.
sitting, I remember sitting under one of the tents, and as we all were doing, we were just kind of, taking a moment or taking a break, and this kid was behind me, and whatever they were doing on the stage, he was doing on the field.
Wow.
And he's got an ear. I later found out that he sings, and he does work at his church. And the funny thing is that a lot of these musicians who we connect with, they're not a part of the House of God organization, but they heard the sound.
Yep. Yep.
They heard the sound, and I'm gonna show this video. One of our legends
Come
happened to see him as well, and took some time
Wow.
and just started sharing with them.
Wow. Wow. Look at there. Look at there. Yes, sir.
And that's the kind of thing that this is what this is about, right? When
Man,
you see something like that, Alvin,
wow.
you
That's
you
what I'm
sitting there
saying.
as a kid, and
Man,
then the great Calvin Cook just
the
walks up to
great
you.
Calvin. Man, you listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna go back to RJ. It's funny, the Lee Boys did a show in Ocala. And RJ, we met RJ there, and I forgot. And RJ actually been under the wings of Timothy Williams. Tim
Yes,
Williams, because Tim Williams lives in Ocala, and
and he
Tim,
knows him.
yeah, he knows him. So
He knows him.
RJ, yeah, he's kind of been on the wings a little with Tim, and Tim is a bad boy, but RJ, I never forget when he came and he bought a lot of Lee Boy gear, and his mom said, "Can you take a picture with us?" I say, "Sure," and not knowing that he was going to come to the summit because we told him about it. And now that I think about it, his mom did say I'm gonna have him there, but I forgot.
Wow,
And he was there, and look at you heard him playing, and he got a guitar.
got a
I'm
guitar.
saying next year, oh, we gonna feature him. And I know
Yes, sir.
I better
And
watch
you
that.
and I already know he gonna do something.
He gonna do
He
something.
gonna he gonna do he's gonna do something. He sings. Oh yeah.
Man, watch out, man.
Oh yeah.
It's funny you said about like a lot of these guys that's not they come out of the church because I didn't know Miles, his background, with being Jewish and with his mom, just he's a gift. He's been playing a lot of the blues legends because Miles is good on guitar as well. And
Wow.
for him to, just to find that niche, he don't played. I think he played several times with Roosevelt. I'm not sure if he played with Robert or AJ, but I know he played with Frank, and he played several times with the Lee Boys.
Yes, he
I'm
yeah.
actually going to be playing next week with us on our next
Wow.
tour. So I'm just happy for this whole movement, all this stuff that's going on, man, and you got to just stay excited about it, man.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And shout out to his mother, Rashonda,
Brittany,
who bought RJ to the
yeah,
event. She
yeah,
came back. I didn't know she was going to come back Sunday, but they were there Sunday morning,
yeah.
and it was a powerful thing. So I was able to speak to her again that Sunday.
RJ
But
got him a ring too.
said it again.
I say he was
Yes, he
there.
did.
Got him a ring.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So he's part of the family officially.
He's officially part of
He's officially in the family.
yes,
So
yes, yes.
man, it was so much excitement, so much excitement. And briefly, you want to talk about those tributes, those moving tributes, that the tributes that we did for our late dear brother
Oh,
Lonnie.
yes, yes. And the thing is, with man, it was just so it was really tough.
Yeah,
Just knowing that Big B was just with us last year as
yeah,
we were doing the same thing, and we were able to just have a tribute for him, and respect, and his son was able to be there. And I'm trying to remember with Grace. I wish she was on here, that on the recap on hold on, let me see, let me get my wife. uh,
okay.
Come here. Yeah,
shout
so
out shout out to
yeah.
Tim Williams. He said he texted RJ last night. He said he's very happy. He's happy.
What? Oh
Yeah.
goodness, wow, that's good. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so the tribute to Lonnie. What was the? It's a proclamation. Oh, yeah, she did a proclamation. She did a proclamation. A proclamation at the summit. Yes, and it's gonna be for that day. That's for Lonnie. For that day, for Lonnie. And the thing is, we're gonna keep this tradition going, and these this proclamation. I'm sorry, honey. What you? No, oh, okay. Yeah, I know I got to get instruction from the wifey.
Come on, come on.
But and not only with Lonnie, and I'm not cutting off that with Lonnie, but just to add to that, Marcus Hardy, the original, of the first Sacred Steel Convention,
Hmm.
his wife was there, his late wife, um,
Hmm.
yeah, and she telling me stuff. Uh, and now I don't got messed up, honey. You got to cover this. But anyway, she was there, and she
And
was
his mother came as
his
well.
mother and his father, and they were
Yes.
so happy, to be there, because at first, she thought she was going to be there, but we also going to be doing something every year in reference to Marcus.
Right.
Because Marcus was a big part of starting all this, and then Lonnie used to work with Marcus, and
Hmm.
so we're having both of them gone. We're gonna keep this tradition of doing a steel giveaway, because again, every donation that you give,
Hmm.
giving it right back to an up and coming artist, or
Right.
not an up and coming artist. Uh,
Yes.
I'm going all over the place, but I got to do it while I'm remembering.
Right.
The gentleman that did a booth name was Dan.
Yes.
His heart was touched when he saw what Grace did, and also what Kim did. His heart was touched, and he makes these guitars that they glow in the dark, and these
Mm.
are lap steels. So he's gonna start donating, at least, I think he said, at least three guitars a year to an up and
Wow.
coming artist. And his
Wow.
heart was touched, and he's gonna be there every year. And so this is what this whole movement is about.
That's amazing.
Again, I'm just excited about everything, and I just want to, thank again, Grace, for all the stuff that she did, and
Yes.
remembering Lonnie, and it was
And a
just
big shout out to Derek Bennett, who was there.
yes,
Um, yeah, Derek came and we knew it was tough. It's still fresh, but he toughed it out, and we were there. We were there to support him
yes,
and be there for him, be there with him.
yeah,
And
and
what an amazing gift.
woo,
But oh man, it was just it was a moving moment. The
yeah,
tribute that Aaron did, the
oh,
tribute that Kashaya did, that segue all of that. It was everything that happened
yeah.
up until that moment. It was just so divine.
It was so divine, man. And I tell you, man, in that Shot Town, man, he hit me off guard a little bit with that, man. When he,
Yeah,
when he started playing like Derek, man, it
yeah,
just,
dude.
oh my God, he
He,
was
he had
like,
he had a bunch of guys back there tearing up.
yeah, man. I was trying to be tough, and I'm looking at Phil, and one eye, and on a corner, I'm looking at Chuck, and I don't know how Phil did it, man. He was, So that's why we are a family,
Yeah.
and I must say it. I must say it publicly too, that this is my mission, And again, I was inspired when my brother Glenn died back in 2000 to
Hmm.
continue to keep this movement of this sacred still music because, it was something that was embedded in us as
Yeah.
young boys from my father, my uncle Lorenzo, Henry Nelson, Calvin Cook, Ted, all these guys, and then Chuck Campbell, they embedded in us. And so, everything, everywhere we go, every venue we play in, we
Yeah.
still go back to that sacred still sound.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. It's in my heart to keep it going and keep it growing. And I just want to thank for all these warriors that's
Yeah.
out playing and sharing the music with the world. The world got to know about this.
That's right.
And it did come from inside of our church, straight from other states, families. That's where we it's there.
That's right.
But now the world must know.
Hey, hey, that's what we're commissioned to do.
Come on, come
That's what
on.
we're commissioned to do.
Yeah,
And the reality is that I put this comment that Ivis Hicks made. It's a movement. It's the movement.
yeah.
This is something that is actually happening.
It's
And
you got to
shout out
catch
to
the wave.
Ivis. Hmm. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, I said you got to catch the wave. No, go
You
ahead.
gotta catch the wave.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about Ivan. That's
No,
fine.
listen, man. No, me
Yeah.
and Ivis, we share so much, and I was so glad to see my dear brother, man, because it's been a long
And
time.
his
Me and
lovely
Ivis used to
wife,
hang.
son. Oh my
Say,
God, Sherry's
y-
son.
yes,
Yes.
yes, and she sung,
Yeah.
and it was such a good time that we just had. I to see even Ivis play Sunday.
Oh my
Uh,
Lord. Yeah.
yeah, because
Man.
we were just I was just sharing with him the last time I saw even a clip of him playing was from last year. So to see him there this year and man and just all the stuff that we shared together. But this
Yes.
is a movement.
Yeah.
This is a movement, and
Yeah.
I so agree with what he's saying
Yeah.
because with everything that we're sharing and
Yeah.
all the things that we've done together and
Mhm.
all the things that we're continuously doing
Uh,
as a community, it is a movement.
it
So,
is.
like you said, Alvin, it's time to catch the wave.
You got to catch the wave, and the thing is, it's happening. Not necessarily saying with or without you, because you play a part, but it is really with or without you because we're moving, and
That's right.
this thing is bigger than me. Again, I'm just the vessel. Dante is just the vessel for right now, but
Yeah.
again. We were able to raise this tradition of this sound. There's no other sound like this sound. I've been all over. I've heard the steel played from all different other genres, and there's no sound. It's so funny, like when I hear Roosevelt, he plays with his the band now with Jelly Roll, and every once in a while he'll throw that hearing that's like that. Like when he do that,
It's not going nowhere.
we that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. So we must take precedence of what's God gifted to us. He
Right.
gifted this to us through our forefathers of the sound, Willie Easton, the late Lorenzo Harrison, Henry Nelson, and then we
Yes.
still got some of the legends living. Ted, and come on, Ted is the
Calvin.
teacher. Ted been teaching over. Me and Rico was talking over, man, 70 years or something. And then we got Calvin, the innovator.
Calvin Cook.
Calvin Cook, the innovator. You know what I'm saying? You think about those jams that Calvin come up with, at Nashville, and then we all go run home that year trying to
And
get
play it.
it, And so that's what this is all about, man. And I'm just excited, man. And Dante, my heart is just full. And
Yeah.
no matter how hard it is, no matter what it is, I'm gonna keep running because
Yeah.
that's what my dad would have had me do.
Well, listen, man, it's showing. The people feel it. And
Yes.
for those of you all again that are not even a part of this sacred steel movement, and you want to
It's
try to
real.
figure out how can I join in, how can I support it, just go to our website www.sacredsteelsummit.com,
Yes.
and there are ways to give, there are ways to support. And if you want to contact us, is there something unique, even as a business, that you want to do to coincide with what we're doing?
Oh,
Contact
yes.
us, hit us up, and we will definitely make sure that someone does contact you back. And this is a movement that we don't want to stop going.
Yep, and we don't. And I just want to interject too. I want to thank A few of my friends, the blues man of Florida, Selwyn Birchwood, he's a dear friend of mine, and he was there. Man, he was just man. He been posting more than us, man. And this guy does headlines all over the country, man, and all over the world. He goes, man, and he said, "Big Al, man, me and him go way back." And he was there, man, and just to have him there and have Miles with him, and then also Dustin. Man, Dustin, man, this is a friend that we met on the ship, and to have Dustin up there was such a true goal. And these guys, they wasn't raised in the tradition, but they were touched by the tradition.
Right.
They were touched. And you know what? Another thing, the Lee Boys, we played with Victor Wooten, right?
Hmm.
He told us it's not that your band is better than him and Bella Flat because that's what we were playing at the time. But he said I was touched by y'all music. I was touched with the sound,
Right.
and and that inspired him. Man, he flew us up there to his house, his
Wow.
studio album. So that's what I'm saying. This music is powerful, and and we are the Davids that's creating it.
Hello.
So we have to take captivity of that. So that's what
Wow.
it's all about. Yes, sir.
Well, listen, we can go on and on.
Yeah, we got
Special shout out to all of those that did the workshops, for John
yes.
hosting,
Oh my God.
Mike again always providing and being there, technical support that we needed with the audio. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, Mike, so much. But for oh my gosh, everybody from Chuck to Aubrey Gent
Yes.
to Ted Beard to Delray Grace
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Kim Love McClendon, everyone who did a workshop from the lefties,
Yeah.
um,
Oh, the lefties.
the
Yeah.
lefties. I call them the lefties.
The Fox Boys.
the
Anthony.
Fo- Anthony Fox, and then you got Dave Fonville. Listen, they put on a clinic and a workshop at the same time.
Didn't they? Yeah. And I miss my brother Sean. Sean hit me, man. He was
Yes,
man.
sorely missed this year.
Yeah, man. But he'll
But
be
but
back.
but when I tell you, it was just such an amazing time from beginning to end. Um, all of the shares at the hotel.
Woo!
Listen, if you've not had this experience, 2025,
Come on.
you got a whole year.
Come on.
You got a whole year,
Come on.
and we're gonna start again. We're gonna debrief within a couple of weeks or so.
Yeah.
The committee and just talk about some of the things that we need to do, but moving forward. But I just think this is something that it has to be experienced.
That's it. That
It has to be
and that's
experienced.
what Bishop Carter said. He said, "Listen, I just had to come see for myself.
Yep,
People could tell me this, I could see it on, but just to come and you get
you got to
that feel,
experience it.
that's it. There you go.
Yeah. So we could keep talking on and on, but I'm just so grateful for everyone that came and showed support. For all of those that are even watching live, but I want to send a special shout out to all my Jewel Dominion brothers and sisters. We want to see
Yes,
y'all next year too.
come on, speak it, man.
come, come
I put
on,
that. Hey, we calling it out now. I want to see you guys.
yes.
Yep, Dale, Dale, y'all need to get together. You, Kim, and Fran, and y'all.
Oh, I'm gonna get with Dale.
That's right.
I'm gonna get with some of the guys that I know,
Yeah,
and we go yes,
yeah, man. I want to see them, man, because this platform is big enough and there's room for everybody.
yes,
Everybody. Yeah.
yes.
So,
You know, one of the things I said, and I said this even before we started the Sacred Steel Summit, is even with the music, although our churches may have been divided, and I'm glad they're coming together now.
yes.
But even when that portion of that was going on, the musicians never were. We were always, come on,
Come
we
on.
were always
Yes.
supporting each other,
Yes.
talking to each other,
Yes.
extending love to each other, and that's the way it should be.
That's the way.
So
Yes. I
we
love
putting it
that.
out. I want to see everybody there.
I'm telling you, man. And then again, the sky's the limit. And and one of the things that we share is what's your idea?
Come on,
We not, I want this is a safe place, a safe community, and we want to hear your idea. So Let me stop talking, Dante. You know,
Oh, listen, man,
we'll keep talking
we can
all.
go on and on.
All
Look,
right.
Ivan Six says the General Steel Assembly.
Come on, young preacher.
Come
Hey,
on, young
hey,
preacher.
you know what? Hey, with him saying that, that's a few more people, man. I mean, I know this is a big one, but you know, he's another big influence of mine, and I want all the people that, you know, you know, the bishop, great Doctor Larry Taylor.
Come on.
It won't be nothing without him because I never forget how big, you know, the Taylor brothers ought to begin with, but Larry for me and Glenn as little boys, we used to sit and watch him. We used to even watch how he prayed. As a musician, that's how big he was. And we would go home and try to pray like the Teleboy, like Larry. And, you know, he was such a mentor, and I never forget him. I used to ask him, you know, will you show us this? He said, listen, son, you need to go and practice. You know, because and so I want all these giants that's out to know that we have not forgot you. There's
Wow.
so you know there's a segment that Antoine Edwards told me. He said we should get some of the ones that wasn't able to play on the national or the state level. Let them. I say
Let
that's
them
what
come
this
on.
is for.
Hello.
So I'm gonna stop there, but this is where it's for. They could come to a safe place.
No, this is what it is, Alvin. Francine Burns says, great event. We enjoy everything. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Francine,
Thank you.
for coming and just being with us and blessing us.
Yes.
Curtis, we missed you this year. Curtis McClendon says, keep up the good work, fellas.
No,
Come on,
Kurt Hurt. That's you the only one playing a 14 string bass.
come on.
Kurt. All right, let me stop.
Kurt, we love you, man. I missed you this year.
Yeah,
We missed you this year.
yeah.
So yeah, we have to see you all. We have to see all of you all next year. And Aaron said, Uncle Al, I got a segment for you next year. He said he's gonna be in contact with you. He's
Hey,
gonna be in contact.
hey,
So Aaron, come
Aaron,
on.
let me tell you something about that young man. Aaron is like the cool, like he's just so chill. But you got to hear that song that he did. Aaron, I might need to talk with you because I think the Lee boys, we can we borrow that from you?
Come on. Come on. Come
And
on.
that song was so man. I love your whole segment, Aaron. I love your whole vibe. So let's go with Aaron. Let's go. I'm ready. Oh,
Yes,
and
let's go.
the Fox boys. I see. We gonna keep on. Jerry Gadsden's son. That's all I gotta say. Thank you,
Listen.
Anthony and Carlos, for bringing him. Thank you.
And you brought it up. So,
Woo!
you know, his son came and blessed us vocally.
That boy can
He
sing.
can he can sing. He can
Woo!
sing your socks off. He
Woo!
he can sing. And it was so funny because I started talking about his dad and
Come
how
on.
much of a multi-instrumentalist and an influence he was on all of us.
Yes,
Come on,
yes.
Alvin, he was right there with you in Atlanta when you was
Oh,
here
man,
at
that
one
was
point back in the day.
yes, man. And Woods Drive.
Woods Drive, come on.
Y'all know about the Woods Drive where they just boy look at my dudes
We
house.
used to have some church up in
Boy, we had man, we would be churching me, Jerry, and Tony Burns. That's my little brother. I miss Tony. Oh my
I
God,
miss Tony
I'm
too.
praying for him. But Tony, we would be there. Listen, we would all go get some Krispy Kreme donuts. You know, that was Big Al back in the day. We go get a box each, and we go to that Woods Drive, and they
Yep.
let us practice all day long, man. But anyway, let me stop, man. We gonna
Those are the days. Tony Burns, we better see you in 2025.
know, man.
2025.
For my
Don't
little
worry about the bass. Don't worry about the bass. We got you covered. We we got you covered. And listen, my dear friend George Webster, him and his wife came
yeah, that's
this
the
year.
one.
He
Yes,
played, he was one of the new guys that you heard play, and
yes,
he had a pedal steel. He's
yes.
one of the guys that I've been working with. He said he loved being at the summit and was
Wow.
able to connect with everyone he's been watching online so far up until that moment. But
Yeah,
George, we appreciate you,
yeah,
and I'm
man.
so glad he wanted to come last year,
Okay.
but he was able to make it this year. So George blessed us, man. He ripped it up.
He did.
He,
He killed the man.
he ripped it up.
And Jeremy Grimes came
Yes,
all the way from Connecticut. He said, I'll be
Connecticut.
there. He was there, man. I told him I want him there every year. He said, I'm there. So hey,
th- we had an amazing time, and y'all see we can't stop. We can't stop talking about it.
Let's
But
go.
all I'm gonna
I ain't eat my dinner yet, man.
see.
Come on. Come on, young
Come on, young preacher. Listen, for those of you all who have not made it yet, make it your business to see us next year, 2025.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to miss it.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to miss the opportunity to be with us at the Sacred Steel Summit. And again, for more information about the Sacred Steel Summit, visit our website at www.sacredsteelsummit.com.
Yes,
Again, if you're a business, if you want to donate, if you have instruments that you want to
yes,
donate or give away,
yes.
contact us. We will
Please.
make sure
Yeah.
it gets into the right hands.
Yes, yes,
And we are a 501c3
yes, yes.
nonprofit
Totally. Yes,
organization. So
totally.
your tax donations,
Yeah.
all the whatever you need from us, we'll be able to give it to you
Yes, that's
from
right.
that business standpoint.
Yes.
So, Alvin, any parting words, man?
Let me see. Chicken died that men might live, you know. That's what my daddy said. I'm getting ready to go eat some food. Come on, young preacher.
Come on, young priest, go get
Listen,
the chicken, Reverend.
yeah.
Go get it. Go.
Hey, listen, let me tell you, I love y'all. I love everything about y'all, and I want y'all to continue. Let's support each other.
Yeah,
Let's support this movement. If not now, when the movement is now, the
that's
future
right.
is now. And you jump aboard the wave, y'all. Let's go, man. Let's make this thing happen for everybody.
For
I love
everyone. We love you guys. Thank you all for tuning in with us as we recap this Sacred Steel Summit 2024. We'll see y'all 2025. But stay tuned. We got some more things to come. All right.
All right.
See
Bye.
y'all soon.